What up, is Dane here, coming at you with an interesting video, right? So I'm cutting at the moment, I'm dieting at the moment, and I'm looking a little shit, right? And in this video I'm going to be telling you why you will also look quite shit when you're dieting in the first few weeks. Now this is very interesting. This is like a paradox, I think you can call it, or whatever, just a love-hate relationship. Now when you diet, you need to understand now, especially in the first few weeks, like say 3 to 4 weeks, depending on how aggressive we're going. Again, when we're going really aggressive, say 1000 calorie deficit, the effects will probably be like 1 to 2 weeks instead of 3 to 4, and obviously depending on how much body fat you have as well. Not that that's the biggest factor or big factor at all, really. So anyway, let me tell you why it will look kind of shit when you first start dieting. Now the good phase about dieting is almost like the mid and the end point, right, where you really see those cuts and stuff like this. But the start phase is not really the best, although it kind of is the easiest because your calories are high and you're not feeling as bad. Now here it goes. First of all, you need to understand that when you step on a scale, and if you've dieted before, you know that when you step on a scale, maybe 2 days after you dieted, the weight, it shoots down, right? It really does shoot down. Now notice that I'm saying the weight, not the fat as well, because some people might think the fat. No, it's definitely the weight. The reason why the weight on the scale is going down is because of two main factors, right? Glycogen and water. These are the two main factors when it comes to weight loss in the early stages. And you're probably not even losing a lot of fat as well, right? Just because you've lost 6 pounds of weight in the first week doesn't mean that was 6 pounds of fat. If you're doing a big calorie deficit, say minus 1000, and you have a higher body fat level, maybe say 2 to 3 pounds of that, even maybe a bit less as well, could be fat. However, you kind of do look shit in the first few weeks of dieting, because 1 gram, literally 1 gram of carbohydrate, so say this would be glycogen, you know, in a muscle. So 1 gram of carbohydrate attaches to, I think it's 4 grams of water, 3 to 4 grams of water, whichever one. Anyway, that's a lot. So say 2 grams of carbohydrates, that's 8 grams of water in your muscle, right? That's a lot. So if you didn't know as well, your muscle is 70% water and some protein as well, so keep that in mind. But a big portion of that, like 70%, that's massive. Now when you are getting carbohydrate depleted, and this is what most of the time happens when you go on a diet, your carbohydrate intake decreases a lot, meaning less water is obviously stored in the muscle, right? And if you look at my arm at the moment, if I flex now, it's got actually a few more cuts in them, but it looks kind of small, right? It's kind of flat. And the reason being is because my carbohydrate intake has decreased a lot and I'm carb depleted at the moment, meaning there's less water in my muscles. Now this is basically the two main factors why you look really shit in the first few weeks of dieting. Now what you will see is when you actually come off the diet into a maintenance phase, or even a calorie surplus, and you really start increasing your carbohydrate, that's when you kind of will look quote unquote thick again, and you get good pumps and all this kind of stuff because of the water and glycogen. So this is basically an informative video on why you will look shit in the first few weeks of dieting, and also why your weight loss decreases really fast and then kind of hits a plateau, then slow, and then it'll really hit a plateau, and you need, don't want to get too much into that, like diet breaks, you know, start cheating and stuff like this. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, don't forget the glycogen in the muscle. The muscle is made of like 70% of water, and that's why you will look shit the first few weeks of dieting. I've said that enough now, actually. Stay positive, stay smiling, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.